it's Christy back with another video, and that's right, it's Sketchbox time again. Sorry that my last Sketchbox video just came out, and now we are opening the April Sketchbox, but it's here, and I'm excited about it, and I can't wait to see what is inside. So let's see. First of all, this was done with the box that I was on the Sketchbox for, this charcoal box that admittedly I never got back to playing with after I got my better supplies. I still need to do that. Let me know in the comments if you want me to get those supplies out and you guys want to watch me suffer because touching charcoal makes me uncomfortable. But Jen Doyle, man, you crushed it. What a beautiful piece of art. Oh, I am just so inspired by this. It makes me want to try to do something like this with charcoal. Wow. Just wow. There is Jen's Instagram handle if you want to follow them on Instagram. I know I'm going to. So let's see what's inside. Maybe. There we go. Okay. Okay, I feel like I knew this was coming. I saw a lot of stuff on Sketchbox's like previews about these bad boys. Ooh, I'm really excited. Okay, let me get it all out here and let's go ahead and talk about it. So Sketchbox is just like, I don't know what happened in 2023 that you guys decided you wanted to just up your game big time, but I feel like that's what's going on here. So these are like a brand new product, I'm pretty sure, from Royal Talens, and they are Pantone colored markers. I think they're aqua markers. Like, I think they're not alcohol markers, I'm pretty sure. But we have Pantone 218, 114, 304, and 2572 in markers. Let's open one of the markers and see. Ooh, we have a brush nib. Beautiful looking brush nib. Reminds me of the Faber-Castell Albrecht Dürer watercolor pencils. And a nice chunky chisel. It's got really nice definition. It's a nice big chisel nib. And with the brush nib, that's like the ultimate combo. We have Pantone. This looks like just water-based ink as well. It says marker ink. This is color 327. We have our sticker, which is super adorable this month. We have a Princeton Art and Brush Company round number 4 brush. It's got like this green, beautiful handle. I'm going to have to read about this brush because it's Princeton, but like it's fancy. It's super fancy, fancier than I'm like used to from Princeton. We have a Faber-Castell Grip 2001 pencil. These are fine. It's got an eraser on it. It's a pencil. You know me. I could take or leave a pencil, usually, unless it's my Blackwings unboxing. Maybe it's because I'm like always buying Blackwing pencils that I don't really care about the pencil because I'm always having too many pencils. But that is a me problem, and I appreciate that they give us something to sketch with. All right, so here's the information. It just says Princeton round brush. Size 4. It doesn't really tell us anything more. And then we have 4x6 art paper here. It is really smooth, which seems like an is it hot press? Is it hot press watercolor paper? No, it doesn't. It says Pantone paper and markers for optimal color. Let's see if this tells us anything more about the paper. Formulated for the Pantone inks included in this month's box. Its brilliant white paper allows for optimal color. So the color was formulated. It doesn't really say about the texture or surface. So that's what we have. I actually recently bought the Pantone postcards. So hang tight. I'm going to get them and see if we can match any of these colors because that would be super fun. All right, so super big bummer, but I assumed that maybe one of these 100 postcards would match one of these colors because I thought, how cool would that be to like play apples to apples comparison? But unfortunately, that did not happen. Like the yellows are not like 108, but then this is 114. I mean, they're close, but like not exact. And so, yeah, bummer. I'm a little bit sad that that's the case, but it's okay. These are just a really neat thing I picked up that I thought I would play with at some point in the future. And I just haven't had, you know, time to do it because I just keep having ideas for the channel and then not actually getting to finish those ideas. So, you know, guys, one day it'll happen. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to see if my daughter wants to swatch with me. We'll do a little swatching and we will come back and talk about these products. But this is a super cool thing. I know this product, at least these markers, are not yet to the market. So this is like a preview that we are getting. And you know, if you've been around the channel, you know I love that. I love it when we get a little bit of a heads up. I never talked about the featured artist, and she is awesome. So Creative Kara is the featured artist, and just, can we talk about this piece for a minute? Like, holy moly, it's beautiful. And her style is so cool. She's on YouTube as well. So if you don't follow her on YouTube, you should go over there. They have her link tree linked here. If I remember, I will go ahead and link her below as well, because she has an awesome channel. All right, let's get to swatching. right, ladies and gentlemen, I have a ton to say about this box. So let's go ahead and get started because I really want to go over a lot of things here. So first of all, just straight out the gate, this is an amazing value, and we are getting brand new products that we've never seen, that aren't on the market yet, that aren't going to be on the market till summertime. So right off the gate, Sketchbox, great job. Like, that's so cool. It's really neat when we can play with things before they're on the market. Because of that, I really did a deep dive here. So I'm going to go over everything I found, what I think, being the artist hobbyist that I am, and just give some recommendations and also go over some pricing for anybody that might be interested. So first of all, as soon as I started playing with this paper, as soon as I touched this paper, I was like, okay, these must be alcohol markers because this feels like Bristol. It feels like Bristol. But I was like, this is odd because doesn't look like alcohol ink. This looks like pigment ink, dye ink, something water-based. And it is. So I believe these are all like a water-based kind of ink. And I'll show you why. So then I started to lay it down on here, and like, as soon as you put it down, the paper like sucks it in and you can't move it. Even here, you can look, I'm going to pull this up to the camera. Like, I tried to like feather that out when it was still kind of wet, and I couldn't. Like, it's still, you can see the underneath. Like, it does not move on this paper. And if it's water-based media, for me, that's something I want. I don't want to see brush strokes unless they're intentional. And that's like the last layer that I would do. I would want to be able to lay down other color on top of it. Now, it does look like Kara here very much was intentional with her brush strokes. So I am thinking that she used this paper and that she did it in layers, and she is very good at being intentional. I am not. So I pulled out some watercolor paper that I had close by that I trust to see what could happen. So this was my testing on the Paul Rubens hot press paper. I thought of hot press paper because I did want to be able to scribble the marker right on the paper, and I didn't want to ruin the nibs. So I thought hot press would work. Look how beautifully it worked, and it definitely gave me nice bleeds. At one point it bled so much I ended up pulling some of it up. I was able to lift it up. Look at that blend out, just gorgeous. I was able to blend colors together right on the page. This one shows that, like, if you let it sit, it isn't going to come out as far. But if you don't wait, you're going to be able to get a nice blend. So it gave me a lot more information. I also tested on my Bao Academy paper, which is 100% cotton cold press. I love this stuff. I use it all the time, and it performed similarly to the hot press. Because of that, I kind of immediately moved into, okay, I'm going to do a piece on the hot press. Now, I want to do another test before we show the art piece and everything, because I think this Bristol, this stuff that they gave us, that they said was formulated for these markers. And again, great box. I'm just not sure this paper was for me. So I am going to do a little test. I grabbed 4 of my, these are Tombow ABT Pro markers. I tried to get as close as I could to the Pantone colors. I actually, looking at them on camera, think I did a pretty stinking good job. So now I'm just going to go ahead and try to blend out alcohol markers on this paper and see if it works any better with alcohol markers. Because I don't want to give up on the paper yet. I just want to see if maybe a different media is going to do something better here. And oops, that's the wrong end. I mean, I could use that end, but okay, wow. So like immediately I feel like this is Bristol. I feel like it's just really nice Bristol, because look how nice that is blending. It is doing all the things that I wanted the watercolor markers to do, but it's doing it with Bristol. It's doing it with alcohol markers. Sorry. Yeah, look at that. Look at that blend. Okay, so let's see if it ghosts. So it does sink through, but this is Bristol paper. This is Bristol board. Look at it. So look how beautiful. And like, I didn't try that hard, to be honest with you, but definitely I can get alcohol markers to move on this paper. So I think if you have this paper and you're frustrated by it, use it with alcohol markers, which we get all the time in subscription boxes. So if you have some lying around, This is a great use for this paper. I would not use it with these markers. Personally, I didn't. So I ended up doing a piece on my Paul Rubens hot press paper, and I just did a little cactus, and I had so much fun doing this. There is a blue background. It's really hard to see because I made it really light. I didn't want to waste too much of the blue scribbling it out onto the palette, so I did a little bit, and then I kind of did the cactus. Look at the greens I was able to get with mixing this with yellow. I was able to get this beautiful like cactusy green, and then I was able to use this almost like a liner over top. It wasn't perfect. I definitely had some feathering. And again, that's just because I was adding a lot of water and it's hot press paper. But I was able to get so much more gradients and shadows, and like I was not frustrated by the process. So I traded out the paper and I had a blast with this box. I'm going to actually give you two options because maybe you liked the Bristol. If you liked the Bristol, I'm going to give you an option for pricing for the Bristol. I'm also going to give you an option for pricing for this Paul Rubens paper, but a smaller size of it that's more close to what you would have gotten in the box. So let me come back with the pricing. All right, so let's talk about pricing. So this pricing is out of control this month. Sketchbox value, in a good way. Sorry, I don't want that to sound bad. This is amazing. Sketchbox values this box at $63.14. I want to remind everybody that I paid under $40 for this box. I pay around $38 and change, and that's including shipping. So it's $35, and then it includes shipping. And then if you do multiple months, you get a small discount. I think I do 6 months at a time. So my pricing is usually between $38 and $39, including shipping. So that is an incredible value. Now, for me, these are brand new products. They're not out on the market yet, so I have to give the MSRP. Like what they gave me is what I have to believe to be true. We all know that once products come out for a little while, that will drop and you'll be able to get them a little bit cheaper than MSRP. So chances are this is a tiny bit of an overvalue for where it'll be in 6 months. But guys, this is a brand new product. Nobody else has it. Sketchbox has an exclusive to put this out there and get it to people. So you're testing something brand new. Oh, and I want to talk a little bit about that. So I don't know what I would compare this ink to, but these markers are very similar to the Faber-Castell Albrecht Dürer watercolor markers. They're also very similar to like a Caran Brush Pro marker. I do think there's more similar to the Albrecht Dürer because of the pigment payout. It's a little bit more intense like the Albrecht Dürer markers. And I'm not saying that's good or bad because actually I prefer my Caran markers because I think that I'd rather build than have like bam pigment, but I like them, and they will go right in my water brush markers, and I think they're going to play nicely with everybody else. And the Princeton round brush, what a nice surprise. This is like such a nice little value brush. I don't know what line this is from Princeton because it's got this green handle, and it's definitely like it seems more higher end than their Select, but yet it's nicer in my opinion. I loved this brush. I would want, this was great. This was a great value add for $2. And then this pencil was fine. It's a pencil. It's got a nice eraser on it. It was $1.25, and that is valued correctly. So here's where mine deviates from theirs just a little bit, because if you're going to get Bristol, you can go on Amazon and get a 9x12 pad of Strathmore Bristol Great Stuff for $10.82. That's less than this paper. So definitely that's what I would do if you're trying to recreate it at home, though you can't yet because of the markers. The Paul Rubens Hot Press, it's a 3.8 inch by 5.2 inches. So it's a little smaller than a 4x6, but really you're getting 20 sheets as opposed to what came in here, 10. So it's double the paper. So you're still getting more paper, and that is $9.99, and it's a block. So those Paul Rubens ones are a block. So if you're somebody that's wanting to work with this with watercolor paper, that's what I would recommend. All of that being said, my value is still over $60 for this box. Holy moly, guys. What a cool product. So Sketchbox, this was amazing. Great way to start April. I've got some really good boxes, I think, coming in April to look forward to. This is a great way to start that off. So let me know what you thought about this box in general. Did anybody get the paper to work better than me? Maybe I am the problem. But I really did have fun with the markers once I moved to watercolor paper, and I'm going to test this with my alcohol markers and see if I can make some pretty stuff there, because I think this would be such a nice little travel Bristol pack to have with me, and I'll just leave that first page for scribbling and stuff. But let me know if you got the box in the comments below. Let me know if you like my little cactus baby. If any of you have ever gotten a sticker from me, you know that this is one of my emotes on Twitch. So sometimes when I don't know what to draw, I draw her because she is just the cutest. And that's going to be it for me today. I hope this inspires you to get out some brush markers and make something cool today. And we will see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.